Calaroga Shark Media.
Welcome back to Ballot, your podcast where politics meets pop culture. From President Biden's ice cream diplomacy to the legal maneuvers of former President Trump, we've got all the juicy topics covered. So grab your AirPods and let's dive into the fascinating world where politics and entertainment collide. Late Night had fun with President Biden being asked about a timeline for a potential ceasefire in Gaza. While visiting an ice cream shop hosting The Daily Show, Michael Costa jokes, "Not the most dignified way to deliver world-changing news." It does remind me of the photo of Obama's team watching the Bin Laden raid while making balloon animals. Meanwhile, Jimmy Kimmel pointed out, Biden and Trump are scheduled to visit the border in Texas on Thursday. Both of them. They will both be at the border. And if they can get 2 more senior citizens to go with them, they've got themselves a pickleball match. The president is going to see what can be done to solve the border crisis. Trump is going to make sure he doesn't solve what's happening at the border. Biden is planning to meet with U.S. border agents, while Trump is planning to sell golden high tops on the streets of Juarez. Jimmy Fallon added, "If you think these 2 guys are confused now, wait till they spend a few hours in 100-degree heat." Let's dissect the political theater that unfolded in Michigan's primary, where Biden and Trump strutted to predictable victories, like seasoned actors hitting their marks. In the early hours of Wednesday, as the last votes trickled in, Biden found himself comfortably ahead of his unlikely rival, Uncommitted, with an 81% lead to the latter's 13%. Meanwhile, Trump maintained a solid lead over former United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley, boasting a 68% share compared to her 26%. While the primary results were hardly shocking, the spotlight was on Michigan for hints about the broader electoral landscape. The Democratic push for Michiganders to vote uncommitted as a protest against Biden's Gaza policy garnered attention, spearheaded by figures like Representative Rashida Tlaib. On the Republican side, Haley's argument that Trump's lukewarm reception among the GOP base spells trouble for November echoed through the political arena. The Uncommitted campaign aimed to make a statement, particularly in a state with a significant Arab American population. While it stirred curiosity and garnered a substantial 13.3% share of the vote, its impact on the 2024 landscape remains debatable. Comparisons to past races reveal nuances that temper its significance, leaving questions about its potential to sway Biden's policies. Haley's narrative of Trump's vulnerability gained traction after impressive showings in New Hampshire and South Carolina. However, Michigan's results paint a different picture, indicating a diminishing appetite for an alternative candidate. Despite falling short of her earlier successes, Haley's continued presence suggests lingering dissent within the GOP ranks, albeit with uncertain implications for the general election. Politico writes, Trump tried to ignore Haley. He barely lasted a day. For a full 24 hours on Saturday, Donald Trump did not mention Nikki Haley by name, ignoring her both in a freewheeling address to the Conservative Political Action Conference and after he won the primary in South Carolina. His campaign said they were turning the page, focusing squarely on the general election. One aide, when asked about the absence of Haley, quipped, "Who?" Trump spokesperson Stephen Chung wrote on X that she would drop down to kiss ass when she quits. The never-ending saga of Donald Trump and his royal sparring partners, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Like characters in a Shakespearean drama, their feud continues to captivate audiences with its twists and turns. In a recent performance at the Conservative Political Action Conference, Trump couldn't resist taking another jab at the royal couple. With his trademark bravado, he declared to Britain's Daily Express that if he secures a second term this November, Harry will be left to fend for himself. "I wouldn't protect him," Trump quipped. "He betrayed the Queen. That's unforgivable. He would be on his own if it was down to me." And as for Biden's handling of the Harry affair, Trump opined, "I think they have been too gracious to him after what he has done." This latest act in their feud traces back to a Comedy Central panel show in 2016, when Meghan, then just an actress, made headlines by criticizing Trump as misogynistic and divisive. Trump, never one to shy away from a fight, later dubbed her remarks as nasty during his state visit to the UK in 2019, by which time Meghan had married Harry, and Trump had ascended to the presidency. But the drama didn't end there. In the lead-up to the 2020 U.S. presidential election, Meghan and Harry's subtle endorsement of Joe Biden through a voter encouragement video drew Trump's ire. He didn't hold back, accusing Meghan of leading Harry by the nose and showing disrespect to Queen Elizabeth. In a private tête-à-tête with Meghan critic Piers Morgan, Trump didn't mince words, asserting, "Harry is whipped like no person I think I've ever seen." With the confidence of a fortune teller, he predicted a tumultuous end to their union, speculating on scenarios where Harry might tire of being bossed around, or Meghan's wandering eye might lead to marital discord. Donald Trump, the man who once famously boasted about his wealth, is now trying to dodge paying up on an $83 million defamation ruling against him. In a legal tango fit for the big screen, Trump's legal team is arguing that the hefty bond required for his appeal is just chump change for a man of his financial stature. In a recent court filing, Trump's legal eagles swooped in, requesting a delay in coughing up the cash or posting a bond. You see, in New York, where this legal saga is unfolding, you gotta pony up 110% of the judgment to appeal. For Trump, that's a cool 91 million plus. But hey, who's counting, right? Quoting from their legal playbook, Trump's team argued that since the plaintiff, E. Jean Carroll, had previously waxed poetic about Trump's deep pockets during the trial, she can't turn around now and play the poor me card, demanding a bond for protection. But alas, the judge wasn't buying it. Judge Lewis Kaplan shut down the request for a stay faster than you can say bankruptcy. He even gave Carroll's legal squad a chance to weigh in, setting deadlines that felt more like ultimatums. And get this, Trump's legal wizards had the audacity to suggest that maybe, just maybe, the judgment could magically shrink in the future, allowing Trump to post a more palatable bond. They even proposed a hypothetical number that felt more like wishful thinking than legal strategy. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Ballot. Don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts to stay informed on the intersection of politics and pop culture. Until next time, keep engaging with the issues that matter, and remember, your voice matters.